Hi, Davi here, and today we have a new episode in the Art Review series, and today we'll be checking out the work of Bartlomiej Gawel. Not sure how to pronounce the name here, but they are an art director at Rebel Wolves, and they're based in Warsaw, Poland. So I actually found this guy recently on Pinterest, and I believe it was like these sets of sketches or drawings. They're mainly focused on like orcs. They're kind of like orcs or goblin looking creatures. But essentially, most of their body or their body of work is mostly about. Oh, that's Keanu Reeves. It's mostly like dark fantasy kinds of concepts. Fantasy, but I think it does lean more on the darker side. Um, but yeah, anyway, I'm gonna be focusing more on these ones just because I like them the most. And yeah, for their Instagram page, it's over here. So again, I'll be linking both of these pages below. But I think they post some stuff here that's not necessarily on their ArtStation page. Maybe they're more like quick sketches over here. I do see a lot more black and white drawings. They kind of remind me of another artist named, let me write her name down, Jessica Taylor. I believe I did an art review of her work before. She also focuses on like fantasy concepts, but it's not necessarily like dark. Meaning like monstrous or kind of evil. It's more kind of in between. But yeah, the way they draw, or she draws, and I guess how Gawel draws is you can see it more in the black and white sort of drawings. It's more value based than it is line based, meaning they're not really focused on the contours too much. It's more about the values, so it almost looks like a painting more often than not when you look at their work. I mean, yeah, you will see some dashy strokes, obviously you can't avoid that, but it just leans more on the value sort of side, right? Pretty cool. I do think they do this, or Gawel is doing this in the. Oh wow, because it looks digitally done, but I think for some they're using a traditional pencil. Oh wow, black wing. And I've had some comments mentioning not just for, well, I guess in the very video reviewing the work of Jessica Taylor, someone mentioned that black wing is like a common dark pencil that artists typically use to do these kinds of drawings. So I guess we have one more kind of proof, I guess, that it's a thing. Maybe I need to buy a set. Yeah, but I do know, last I checked, they have like an eraser tip that's kind of square. But it looks cool. Hopefully it doesn't break, because right now, going this dark, usually it's like a charcoal pencil, right? But charcoal pencils tend to break, so that's kind of why I don't use them. I mean, first of all, I mostly do or use digital mediums, but the breaking of the lead is kind of annoying if it's too soft. Oh wow, it's a bit unsafe. Oh, look at this guy. Pretty cool. Wow. Especially like the wrinkles. I mean, the anatomy is super cool. Looks very realistic. But you can tell, obviously it's not a real thing, right? But it still feels kind of real. And I think it's because, number one, the lighting, the values, you have like a wide range of values. But also it's the details. So the face, the wrinkles, the folds. Super cool. I mean, this guy's kind of okay too. Kind of a Chad, I guess, in the orc sort of realm. But anyway, let's go back. Oh wow, we have some more stuff here. I mean, look at this. It's super cool. Just grayscale, black and white drawings. And I think they had one piece here where they started out in black and white. Oh wow, let me just see this. That's nice. Oh. And then they colored it. Oh, look at this guy. Let's see the colored version and the black and white and then the colored version. I'm gonna wait for this to load. Yeah, once we've tackled some drawings here, we'll go back to the ArtStation page so we can see more of the painted stuff. But even then, the pieces that are kind of attractive to me are not even the fully rendered ones. It's like they feel like quick concepts, but they just look so good. So I'm gonna be focusing on those. Damn, it's taking a while to load. So let me just go. Oh, okay. Coffee. This guy's more of a cowboy looking dude. Pretty cool. Right? Okay, so in the painted stage, they did use, or they had to paint over some stuff. But fundamentally, they figured most of the anatomy in this stage. In this sort of charcoal, black and white, grayscale phase. Interesting. The background, I think they're painting on or drawing on a toned background because the white is mostly coming from this thing over here, right? The collar, and some bits over in the face, but the background is all like light gray. Pretty cool. And then from here, let me just see the painted version. Yeah, so most of the painting is happening in the face. Let me see. Yeah, they made some changes with the ear, I guess. This one actually looks a little more normal, but I do prefer this one more. Where it's more angular. It kind of feels more like it fits the face. But this one, it just seems more human. For some reason. But yeah, it's super cool. You know, these types of concepts used to like freak me out. But over time, I kind of developed like a love for it. I mean, I've also like watched films like Lord of the Rings, so I do like. You can't always have like Aragon and or not maybe Gandalf, sure, but like Legolas, like the more attractive looking things or creatures. You gotta have something on the opposite end, but if you think about it, they're not even that ugly. There's sort of a charm, a hidden charm in their like rugged looks. And I'll be honest, guys, I think it's also because this one I would consider this back in the day as a more as the aim. Like these are the kinds of drawings I should be able to do. But over time, I kind of not necessarily switched, but I think my definition of what a cool thing is just expanded. So to me, this is also cool. It's the same level of cool as this more Chad-esque kind of guy. And I think I have to say, sites like Nhentai have been very helpful for this, like, not transition, but more of especially the ugly bastard stereotype or trope in that kind of art world. For those of you who know, you know. Yeah, it's kind of ugly. They're called ugly bastards for a reason, as the trope. But again, there's a charm there, right? Anyway, so let me just go back to the ArtStation page. So I'm gonna be focusing more on these ones, right? Because these ones definitely got my attention on Pinterest. But I want to open Keanu Reeves as well, you know, to be safe. And maybe this guy seems kind of interesting. Oh, another artist I would recommend. Just based on like the shape design, especially like whenever I see stuff like this, especially in the side view, creatures in the side view kind of view. Jeff Simpson as well. Simpson. It's been a while since I've reviewed their work, but they're one of the first artists I reviewed in the channel way back years ago. But and maybe Vlad Gheneli as well. Like they have a similar vibe to their work. Anyway, let's check out Keanu first. So they do have some portraits here. Oh, posted 6 years ago, but to me it still look. Oh, that's Trump. Yeah, they still look kind of good. And yet, even though they're using lines, look at how they're able to define value, right? Excuse me. And yeah, maybe they do have some painting underneath, but focusing more on like the shading. In a way, they're trying to sculpt the forms. It's not like they're not focused on the lines on the outside only. So I do like this more sculpted approach when it comes to inks, where the line work, where the hatching goes around the form. One of my biggest influences, I guess, when it comes to this approach, which I think shifted the way I viewed drawing in line, is Charles Dana Gibson. But in fact, it wasn't even him originally. It was a guy mentioning who his inspiration was. But I saw this guy's sort of tutorial in like a book, in an art book somewhere, and he mentioned like he learned how to do this just by looking at the artworks of Charles Dana Gibson. Like it's kind of different. Like sometimes you will see multiple lines to describe one line. The point is they're not a very typical. Like when you think of line art, oftentimes it's very clean, very efficient, very sort of pretty, and just elegant. But with Charles Gibson's style or similar styles like that, it's a little more sculpted. It may look rougher a bit, but and I don't know if you look at these types of drawings, you do see a lot of strokes, but I feel like there's more coming out because of it. If it was just a contour or a set of contour lines, I don't think it would really have an impact. Or maybe it's more of a personal taste. But yeah. But it also shows me that the best painters tend to be the best drawers too, or they have a decent amount of drafting skills. So in a way, it's something I can't ignore. I need to learn or be in touch or be sharp when it comes to drawing. This one reminds me of the guy from Christmas, the green. Oh my, it's a movie. I'm not sure. I think Jim Carrey was starring in it. I'm not sure. Was it him? Grinch? The guy who ruined Christmas, something? It was like a live action depiction of Grinch. Anyway. But it kind of reminds me of that. I do like it. Reminds me a little bit of the pencil work of Ian. Is it Ian McCaig? I may have to check this, but mccaig something? He's the guy who did some concept art for Star Wars. Because I've seen some clips of him online and some images of his drawings. In pencil. They kind of look like this, where it looks so organic and sculpted, which I do prefer. Oh, yeah, I guess he's also one of the a good sort of inspiration for me in the past. Let me scroll down and see some. Oh wow, a dragon. Some random stuff. So this one's more of a quick painting. Oh, lots of color dynamics turned on. And just by turning on that feature, it does automatically make your work a lot more natural looking or thicker. And in a way less digital, right? This is more of a line drawing, but you have like a flat color underneath. But again, you can tell they're very focused on fantasy types of stuff. And the sketches here seem very experimental, right? Like they're playing around with the brushes. I'm guessing this one had a base, like a photo base of, say, either an iguana, but I'm guessing like a monitor lizard or a Komodo dragon of some kind. And then they painted on top of it, which is a very common approach in like the concept art kind of realm. Great for idea exploration. This one's more of a drawing. Wait, let me just... Yeah, I think this was done digitally as well. Look at this guy. Damn, there's also another guy that coffee. Because right now I'm thinking of Anthony Jones. Maybe I'll write Anthony Jones as a recommended artist. But there's another guy as well. He doesn't have a lot of videos online. Anthony Jones. But he did an art review of his work. But I really loved his drawings or paintings. Ooh. I'll just say Anthony Jones or similar to Anthony Jones. Artist. Similar to Anthony Jones. Yeah, that guy, whoever that is, reminds me of, or I'm reminded of that guy who I can't name right now, but you know what? I'm gonna pause the video because it's bothering me. I'm gonna find the artist. Pause. I am back. So I found the guy's name. It's this guy. Ari Targownik. So it's been like 2 years since I've reviewed the guy's work, but looks very similar to that guy. Let me go back to this. Oh, this one almost looks like a photograph, like an old style photograph, sepia style. Very interesting. So let me go to the other stuff here. Yeah, this one reminds me a lot of Jeff Simpson. Look at that. So freaky. I mean, even if they're just focusing on the head, you can still be very creative with how the ear is kind of constructed. I mean, this one's kind of like a tongue kind of ear where it splits, like a snake tongue ear. Basically kind of splits into two. I'm not sure if it's like natural or maybe it's like a body modification thing, who knows? The teeth are insane. Got some hair here. Almost looks like a bit of a fish. Right? Kind of fish. Even the eyes are very fish-like. Kind of creepy, but... And it's cool because they're wearing a sweater. So... Maybe they've been transformed into... Oh, this one is definitely from the... I think it's called a Urukai. Based in the Lord of the Rings kind of thing. And I think they used to be elves, but... They've been transformed into like these beasts. Looks really cool though. I like the designs. Look at that. Burst. Kind of on the thinner side, but okay. Oh, I've seen this before somewhere. Interesting. I think they were using like a smudge tool in some parts. Pretty cool. It's more of like a troll to me. Or a big goblin. But yeah, I like how they can get very creative with the face. This one has like ape-like features, like the eyes especially. And they're wearing shorts for some reason. And they have a surfboard. Interesting. And look at this guy. Let's see some more stuff. So I'm seeing this for the first time. This one does have a lot of line work in it, but again, look at the way they're drawing. It's more kind of scribbly, kind of scratchy, but it's like you're building something with the lines. I mean, yeah, they have a contour line, sure, to emphasize like certain parts, but the vast majority is more of like this sculpting thing, which I really do like. And the zigzag kind of line or hatching style, I like it too. Reminds me of another artist we recently reviewed. Let me go back to my... Let's go here and go home. Oh, this guy. Serif Karasu. I'm gonna write her name down. Serif Karasu. Yeah. Let me just check out the thumbnail. I mean, even from this view, you can see like the zigzaggy kind of hatching style as well in some parts. But yeah. Let me go back to this guy. Oh, okay, we're back. Oh wow, they do have a video. So I recommend you check out this specific post because they do have a link to their YouTube. So that would be nice to see. But right now we're gonna focus more on the image. Just because we're running out of time. I think I've spent quite a bit of time looking at the other. I mean, it was nice seeing these, but I wanted to explore more of this one or these types just because that's what got me into their work. Anyway, you can still see some of those initial strokes. I just focus on the orange kind of lines, and I believe they are the original sort of marks, maybe. And then they painted on top of that. I also like the texture of the horns here. Oh, sorry, the teeth actually. They kind of remind me of certain boars or pigs or like wild pigs. Like they grow horns in this way. Like it kind of curves up sometimes. Pretty cool. And I like how it looks very natural and solid. But yeah, I like this painted look. But when you zoom in, it looks so painterly, like impressionistic, right? This is so my thing. And look at the eyes, they're kind of bloodshot in a way. Like they look unsanitary, or they just look like they're from the wild. Like they're not in civilized society, right? But is that the only one? Oh, yeah, they had one, but a video as well. But let me check the others. This one's kind of cool. This one as well. Oh, I did a recent study of this thing. I believe that the episode is coming a day from now or 2 days from now. But yeah, I was trying to study like this skull or this sort of anatomy. And I found this on Pinterest as well. So let me just see this guy as well. Rare? Okay. Let me go to this one and just open it in a new tab. Interesting. Right, look at how painterly it is, but at the same time, there's definition in there. I think Vlad Gheneli is a good guy too. study as well, because they have a similar approach to their work. And even their brushes, they're very natural looking. Like I see a lot of like edges or bristled out edges, where basically the brush, it's not a complete solid thing. So I do like that. Oh my god. Oh, this one's more educated. An educated kind of orc. Oh yeah, they're orcs, okay. And you can tell by the eyes, it's a little more civilized, right? It reminds me of that movie where they had like bugs. It was a post-apocalyptic world, but one of the takeaways was you need to look at the eyes of these monsters. One have like they're almost like cold, like you can't even see their eyes properly. But the other one, or the other ones, they have like human eyes, like you can see through their soul or into their soul. And those are actually the good, more. I mean, they're not like totally like angelic, but they're just like they can empathize a bit. And you will see it in the last part of that film where there was this big crab. Anyway, super cool. So I do like that detail, right? Showing more of a civilized side. Well, maybe not civilized, but less wild or crazy. I like the mixing of the line work a little bit. Like, look at some parts here, right? Where you can see it's more shaded with lines. And even the lines, they can be somewhat gestural as well. And then in some parts, it's mostly painted. That kind of back and forth layering. Super cool. And most of this is kind of in the warmer side. It's all like brown, very earth-esque tones. I do see some greens, some purples. So adding a bit of hue variety here and there, I think helps as well. Even in this part of the face. Look at how there's like bits of blue in there. Or cyans. It kind of reminds me of Frazetta, right? A little bit. Where's my mouse? Oh, sorry. Frank. Oh my god. Frank. Frazetta. Pretty cool. Ugh, look at this beast. This jacked freaking dude. Gaomon. I mean, even the hair in this part, in the ear, pretty cool. And you can see the brush the brush they're using more in the background. Look at that shape. It looks like a natural looking brush. Do you see the dots here? Like there's a gap in this is the main sort of body of the brush. And then you have like a wide gap in the sides or around it. And then you have like bits of dots in there to add those extra like bristles, so that's what gives you a more natural look to your brushes. I like it. Most of the details are happening here. As you go further out, it does get more vague, which is a common practice. It helps people focus and you save time as well. Look at that. And even the way the hair was done, adding that bit of that kind of tied part at the top, it shows you that there's kind of a culture there. Like they're not all like wild, dumb things. But yeah, more and more I've been open in regards to drawing or exploring these types of subjects like orcs, like beasts or beast men. And, I've mentioned a couple of things, or reasons why, I think. The whole, Lord of the Rings, hentai, or ugly bastards trope, those types of things. Yeah. Pretty cool. Look at how the ear is a bit red. And then this armor is actually kind of green, so the green kind of complements the red because they're in both opposite directions, right? But even in the bottom parts, you can even see some blues over here. So they do try to add some hues from each part of the spectrum. Not all of it, but just some hues throughout the spectrum in their painting. And I think it just makes it look a little more realistic when you do that. Even if the base, I mean, obviously you need to have one thing that's like the majority thing. In this case, it's gonna be like the brown yellow kind of vibe or color. But yeah. Even the way this hand was done, in the hand holding the spear, it looks so believable to me. Now, obviously this guy is hunting, and you can tell by the clothing, you know, they're civilized in a way. Although crude and rough looking. And again with the hair, I do like it. It just adds more character to me in a way. And yeah, I think let's focus on the chick. Oh, how about this guy first? Interesting. Again, they're mixing in this bit of sketchy lines. It's done with this like darker red, and then combining that with this more painterly sort of parts. I think it's a good sort of blend. I'm guessing they sketch first, roughly, and then they paint on top, but they don't paint over everything. Again, as you go further down, notice how it gets less painted, and you see more of those like rougher lines. So, yeah. Let me go back to this one. Clearly an orc, but look at how she's more polished or more demure, like more clean, ornamented. I mean, look at those nice earrings here. And the way she did her hair, it's a little more organized and less like manly, I guess, or disgusting. It's more proper. So, oh wow, there's like a red highlight. You can't see it. It's obviously this thing. Look at that. Very nicely done. Pretty cool. And they also have like a lot of variety in terms of when it comes to their brush strokes. It's the weight variety. Like look at how small some of these brush strokes get, right? Complement that with more bigger brush strokes, right? Like it just seems so alive that way. Very cool. She's kind of hot, in my opinion. Like if she existed in real life, I wouldn't mind looking. It's not like I'll approach because I'm too shy, but I'll watch silently in the background. Like a freaking creep. Anyway. Oh, even the orange or red sort of bit here, if you zoom in, they do have color dynamics as well. Oh wow. She's so hot. Okay, maybe I'll stop the art review here because I'm getting a little too horny. But yeah. I love this guy's work. How do you say it again? Gawel? Bartlomiej Gawel from Poland. So anyway, I will link the ArtStation page and the Instagram page in the description below. I'll try linking the YouTube page as well for that one video. And yeah, hopefully enjoyed. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.